doing that weird thing with his mouth. And I was like, "Are you on drugs? Are you okay?" He said, "I'm trying to think of how to word this because I'm going to be blunt with you. I'm going to make you a missionary, and I'm giving you a home teaching companion. It's going to be Jay. Have you met him yet?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, he recommended this, didn't he?" And he said, "No, no. Are you? How do you know him?" And I said, "We're neighbors and we're friends and we work together. We hang out all the time." And he just started laughing. And he said, "Well, it sounds like somebody up there is looking out for you." Anyway, so I go up to him and I got in his face and I said, "You did this, you son of a bee. You, you ding dong. You douchebag." And so he laughed and he was like, "I swear I had nothing to do with it." And so I was surprised. I was really surprised actually. So I started attending every little bit of Bible study classes, mission classes, anything that I can get my hands on to understand the Bible and the Book of Mormon better. And I'm trying to remember because the next thing that happened, I started teaching with my friend Jay and making friendships with people all over in the ward. And then it got to the point where they were like, "Have you had the priesthood?" And I can't remember if I had the Aaronic priesthood at that time. I definitely didn't have the Melchizedek. I don't think I had the Aaronic. Anyway, so I got the Aaronic priesthood. And then I started taking temple prep classes and got the Melchizedek priesthood. Came back to activity. And so now I'm trying to find out, I'm taking the Book of Mormon challenge. I'm like, is this true? And I get nothing. No answers. Nothing. And so I'm like, well, they keep telling me, "Oh, well, you just got to keep praying harder." Or maybe you're not reading hard enough. And I just kind of flipped them off in my head. You know, F you kind of thing. And so I remember learning about temple prep. And I'm just going to simplify. I'm not going to go in depth. There's other video sources I can link in here if you guys are interested about temples and things like that. I'll make another video about that as well. I'm just going to go all out and talk about everything I know in a respectful way, but trying to use facts instead of opinions. This video is a little different though because it's personal. So I repent of things. I stopped smoking. I stopped doing all sorts of things. I get a temple recommend. And then I went through and got endowed. And I remember just weeping. It was such a spiritual moment that I will never forget. And the interesting thing is that feeling that I felt the first time, that burning, I literally felt like I was going to catch fire again. I have never felt so much power. And I felt it so strong. And my relationship with Jay grew and grew. And I knew that I needed to distance myself from my friend because I knew I was eventually going to go on my mission. And so I put in my mission papers. you know, and I didn't want to go anywhere out of the country. I wanted to stay in the States. I didn't want to speak another language. It's kind of strange. Everyone I talk to is like, oh, I went to Chile. Oh, I went to Germany. Oh, I went to Mexico. Awesome. Oh, I went to Africa, China, whatever. And then I'm over here going, I hope I don't get called anywhere but the States, except for Utah. Please don't send me to Utah. Please don't send me to Utah of all places. That would suck. And so I wait and wait and work and just keep saving and saving and saving. And I am perfecting myself one little flaw at a time. To the point where I think I was actually annoying my friend Jay because I was trying to live the gospel so hard. And I was doing so well. It was literally the most spiritual I've ever felt. I learned how to identify the small teachings and listenings of the Spirit. I was able to get answers to prayers immediately, sometimes pretty quick, sometimes not. I went to the temple and got endowed, and I would go every single day. And I hit up all of the temples in my state. With Jake, we went on, well, Jay, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It's Jay. Me and Jay went on this road trip and hit every single temple up. And we hit every single one up. And we went inside. Our bond was just so strong. We went on road trips down to Vegas. We went up to places in Utah. Just really fun. And then I got my missionary call. But here's the interesting thing that I recall is I started to get dreams. I started dreaming about people, and they were talking to me saying, we need you. And they kept holding up a map, and it was West Virginia. And they were pointing at it saying, please, we need you. And then I kept getting this dream recurring over and over and over again about this house, and it was so vivid. And then I had a dream 2 days before my mission call came, and I opened up my letter, and it said, Virginia. And so I get my mission call. I wait forever for everyone to get home. It was so annoying. The enthusiasm on my face. I could not wait to open this paper. I wanted to know where I was going, where the Lord needed me to go. And I open it up, and I skim down. I don't even start reading out loud. I just start reading to myself and skim down. And then I smile because I see it's English speaking. And then I keep going down. And it's something along the lines of like, so-and-so you were called to serve an LDS mission, full-time proselyting in the English language, proselyting in the area of Virginia. I got sent to Virginia, and I just started laughing because I had been having dreams about this. And I was like, this is just, I'm going down the right path. I was like, this is it. This is the iron rod for me. I'm going the right way. You know, I am on the right path. And it said I had 2 months to pack. So now I'm trying to say goodbye to everybody. I'm trying to pack. So I actually went a little bit later. I didn't go at the typical age. I went a year later than most do. So I'm like 4 months out, right? The MTC was such a fun experience. I had the most fun there. So much fun. From pushing our suitcases around, racing them the morning we're leaving on the bus at 5. I remember being tired, drinking a bunch of chocolate milk, cookies and cream from BYU. Good stuff. I remember, when I was bored in class, I'd be looking around going, I might date that person one day. Oh, crap, I got to keep my head straight. Just kind of joking around with myself and laughing. And I grew a lot. But, it was also longer. But it wasn't long. I heard that they've shortened the age and shortened the time since all that. But so I won't get into too much on my mission. I want to get more in depth with other videos, but this is just my story and the conclusion, So I get on my mission, and I'm 100% as obedient as I can get. It wasn't always that way, though, because I was still learning the gospel. So I remember the first Sunday, my trainer comes downstairs, and he hears me lifting weights and listening to heavy rock music, and he asked me to turn it off, and he said, "Elder, we don't do that." And I said, "Since when?" He's like, "It's the Sabbath. Plus, where did you get that music? And you can't work out